evening, everyone. Hi, this is fun, right? You went out, you asked those bold questions. You said, what do we need to do? You had curiosity to explore those hard problems. You had the courage to go out and make a difference. And that really exemplifies Cisco's values every single day. The fact is, your work, your excellence, your achievements, they make our world a better place. This is where we live, we work, we play. This means something. The ability to engage leaders, to push up against the odds, to bring new power into the marketplace. The courage to stake a claim. I've got an idea, and I want to take it from the initial vision, the concept, and I want to push it all the way through for the reality and the benefit of so many. When 1 year into Russia's war on Ukraine, half of the power grid had been destroyed. 10 million. Without power. At the time, they were using GPS jammers to defend against missiles and against drone attacks. But the problem is that was destabilizing their own power grid even further. They needed those GPS signals to be able to synchronize stations all across the country. Ukraine's power company reached out to their tech partners, and the Talos team was the first to jump in and rise to that challenge. They tapped into Cisco's vast network of talent, of expertise, and they realized Cisco already had an existing device, the industrial Ethernet switch. And that could be modified to get the precise timing that this situation needed without the need for GPS. So then the next problem, how do we get those switches over to Ukraine during wartime? Well, Cisco's government affairs team enlisted the US Air Force to deliver those switches. They prevented 41 days of blackouts, restored power to Ukraine's citizens, and as a result of this phenomenal team's work, Cisco was recognized as one of the most innovative companies in corporate social responsibility by Fast Company in March of 2025. When ChatGPT launched in November 2022, it started the most significant technological disruption in modern history. Global surge in AI workloads, with hyperscalers demanding massive bandwidth, ultra-low latency, energy efficiency, and open network system compatibility. Well, the Silicon One G200 team met this challenge head-on with a purpose-built platform. Working with Meta and with Google, the team was able to unify AI clusters under a single unified architecture. It replaces costly proprietary fabrics, it simplifies operations, and it reduces complexity. Their work secured $2.6 billion in revenues to date. That is just the beginning. So as if everybody in Menlo Park wasn't already just on this stage a moment ago, there were actually 4 people missing from that team. I'm not kidding when I say that. Mette, Gal, Scott, and Wei Lin, they had to fly across country on very short notice to be on site at a customer data center because they had to help our CX team to debug a thorny issue on a very large customer deployment, and that's why they're not here. So we wanted to recognize them and say that we miss them and we are grateful for them. Internet protocols were established more than 30 years ago to give every device on the internet a unique address. Well, SRv6 is a fundamental change that's delivering highly compressed segment routing to support today's AI-driven networks and their massive quantities of required data. This new industry standard, it boasts greater scalability, lower costs, operational simplicity. It delivers richer, leaner, future-ready networking. Adoption in all markets has been anchored by the big cloud providers, Microsoft, IBM, Oracle. With 85,000 routers deployed, 600 million in revenue, and 1.2 billion more revenue on the way, Cisco owns 100% of the intellectual property rights and leads 100% of standardization, supporting SRv6 across its entire portfolio. Cisco's Technical Assistance Center was facing long resolution times. On average, customer cases were taking 11 days to resolve. So the RMA team set out to transform that experience. Intelligent RMA uses AI and ML to address those issues and to initiate product returns while also keeping customers informed in real time. This innovation is used internally at Cisco to automate end-to-end customer support case resolutions. Since implementation, case resolution times, they've been cut from that 11 days that I talked about down to 1.5 days. So exciting. Cisco's TAC has generated $10.2 million in annual savings. It's increased satisfaction, and it's transformed service operations at Cisco, setting a whole new standard for speed, for scale, and for the customer experience. Accelerating a product's time to market is just so critical in today's fast-changing marketplace. Among all the different challenges is software testing, because it includes scarce hardware prototypes and slow, expensive simulations. Well, Spitfire solved this challenge with a new digital twin simulation platform that allows software testing before the hardware is available. It took away that testing bottleneck. Customers, they were initially a little skeptical due to the footprint, the compute requirements here, but the team tested an enhanced Silicon One neural processing unit that delivered a 300x performance improvement, went from 2,000 all the way up to 600,000 packets per second. They then deployed the simulation on-site at customers like Microsoft and Google and Apple and Alibaba. The Spitfire Digital Twin, it can conduct over 550,000 simulations every single month. That has improved quality assurance. It has reduced the costs of testing. And today, more than 1,100 developers are using this platform in multiple operating environments with open source tools.
Big round of applause for Steve.